Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. If you're just tuning in, you're in the right spot. I'm just getting set up here. And come on into the chat room and let me know where you are tuning in from today. So, hello, happy Sunday, everybody. Let me know that you can hear me, that you can see me. And come into the chat and just let me know, where are you tuning in from today? I would love to hear. Thank you, Emily. I got the thumbs up. Yes, I always want to make sure everyone can see and hear me. And I am going to just share my screen here. All right. Well, welcome. So you are in the right spot. So today we're going to be talking all about whole foods freedom and 5 secrets to stop sugar cravings in their tracks. And the best thing is there is no willpower required here. And if we haven't met yet, hello, I am Lori Campa. I'm a triple certified health coach. So nationally board certified, an integrated nutrition health coach and a professional coach. And then I also have certifications in yoga, Reiki master with energy healing, and also my degrees in psychology. So I love getting into behavior change and how we can truly make a difference in our life with small changes. And this is interactive. So as you are here, feel free to post comments in the chat box. And then also at the end, we're going to have some time that I'm going to unshare my screen and we're going to just have some live Q&As. So I'm so happy that you are here. So first of all, a lot of you have probably heard this before, that evidence now shows us that food is the most powerful drug we have. And this isn't just to prevent, but also to treat, to cure, and to reverse most chronic illnesses. And today, I think a lot of you showed up because you want to have that healing just from whole foods. And so I'm going to be showing you today how to make that ultimate shift, right? Some of you may be struggling with food cravings. I know I've had one too many Christmas cookies, and maybe some inconsistent eating habits where you're eating healthy for a couple days and then you go back. So you're looking to gain that control, that balance, find that freedom in what you eat. And this is truly by simple things like embracing your nourishment. And it's not about deprivation. It's not about relying on extreme willpower, but knowing that when you say no, thank you to that extra bowl of chocolate chip ice cream, you really are doing it because you want to do that. So let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. I'm sure all of you have heard that before, but we in society, especially in America here, have gone a long way from this. And so how to get back to this so food can truly heal your body. So I want to make sure you stay with me till the end because I put together this recipe guide with some of my favorite naturally sweet, no guilt recipes. So these are healthy treats without the refined sugar. So there's still some sweetness in them, but they actually give you nutrients that give you energy. So I'm really excited for you to try those out. And also stay with me till the end because I'm going to be giving you an opportunity to go deeper into eating whole foods. And there's going to be a big discount for the 2025 Whole Foods Group Coaching Program. And that's going to be kicking off soon. So I hope you stay with me and turn off all your distractions because you have all signed up for this masterclass for a reason. And if you're anything like me, sometimes you multitask. And if that is you, just tell your family, hey, the next 45 minutes is just about you going deeper with your own self-care, your nourishment, how to bring out that best version of you. Grab that piece of paper, that notebook, a pencil, whatever you need so you can take notes. So we're going to go through a lot of information. So I'm going to kick it off right away. Let's dig into these 5 secrets to stop sugar cravings in their tracks. So secret number 1. Drink more water. So you're going to be learning how to conquer these cravings by hydrating properly. So I went to the Institute of Integrated Nutrition for 2 of my courses, and the number one thing they talk about is how to crowd out unhealthy food cravings. So the good news is it's about what we add into our diet before we take away. So when we can really drink enough water, right, that water is going to help us feel full and it's going to reduce those sugar cravings naturally. So cheers if you have some water next to you or maybe our herbal tea. So we're going to be crowding out these unhealthy food cravings with water. But so many people are chronically dehydrated, and that's because we're not getting enough of that daily water. So we're going to feel tired, we're going to have more cravings, and it's one thing to say I'm going to add more water, and it's a whole nother thing to put it into action. So come into the chat and let me know, do you drink enough water daily? Just let's reflect on that. Typically, we look at our body weight and we go, okay, if I weigh about 160 pounds, that would be about 80 ounces of water a day. If you're exercising, if you're in a warmer climate, you're probably going to have to go a little bit more. But the real trick is you start there and then you just go, when am I still feeling thirsty? And if you're still feeling thirsty, you might need some more. So, oh, hello, everybody. We have people coming in from St. Paul, from Wisconsin, oh, Cape Cod, New York. Oh, welcome, everybody. I'm so happy that you are here. Yeah, and I'm seeing, yeah, most days, yes, I maybe drink enough water. I may need way more water. In other classes I've had this week, a lot of people said, I definitely need more water in my diet. So this is a good one that maybe this is what you want to pick for an action after today's class. I always think about there's education and then there's transformation. So at the end, pick one little thing that you can start off with, something that really inspired you from today. So we naturally detox as we sleep, which is great. We don't have to do anything. But a lot of us don't drink enough water first thing in the morning to help flush out those toxins. So maybe you have a glass of water next to your bedside. So right when you wake up, you have that drink of water. And anytime you feel a craving, especially a snack craving where you're really not hungry, right? That's a great cue to drink some more water. And before meals, so about a half hour before you have your meals, to drink some more water. And that helps us to stay hydrated. It also helps us from stopping to overeat. And portion control is a big deal with a lot of my clients. So if you are hydrated throughout the day, you will keep your cravings at bay. So I love that little rhyme there. So again, we can say we're going to drink more water, but if a client of mine just said that, we wouldn't ever have them drink enough water. We really have to define that goal further. And so maybe for you, it's a habit tracker. And what I love about coaching is that it's an experiment to really see what works with each person. And for sometimes every 6 months, you might change to something else. So this is an example of one simple habit tracker. So track your daily intake, and maybe that's your first action. Oh, maybe you're not sure how much water you drink. Place that tracker somewhere you see often to remind yourself, oh, yeah, that's right. I'm focusing on water, and never miss 2 days in a row. So if you miss a day here or there of tracking or not drinking enough water, no big deal. You just get right back into it. So for some people, it's going to be putting rubber bands around their water bottle, their jars. Some people, they want to use the water apps. Some people put it in a journal. I have a client this last week that just said, I don't remember, and I'm at my computer all the time. So she did 5 Post-it notes on her computer, and each time she drinks a water bottle, she takes a Post-it note off. So you can figure out what is best for you, and if it doesn't work the first time, no big deal. It's not failure, it's you learning of what you need to change up. So when we can track our habits, it's that visual reminder, right? So habit tracking creates those cues to go, oh, let's be consistent here. That's right, I'm working on this. Then there's also awareness. It helps us to identify those areas of improvement so we can really reflect and go, oh, this isn't working, or this is working great. And then also, and especially for those of you from the Midwest like me, we are taught to not brag about ourselves at all, but we need to celebrate our success, tell our brain every day, like, this is great. I am getting in my water. I am doing this. Look at how beautifully I'm doing, that's going to boost that confidence and reinforce those good habits. So I love this quote by James Clear. He says, all big things come from small beginnings. So many clients think they have to change everything right away to be successful. But truly, when we look at lifelong habits, and all of my clients, whether it's an individual coaching program or group, we want to look at not just changing the habit for now, but how to have that little tiny seed grow and grow and grow. So a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, that little seed of every habit, it's a single tiny decision, right? So that decision to go, I'm going to do something, I'm going to put in action something to curb my cravings. And maybe that is water for you. But that first step, that seed, it's that decision to make a difference. So I started off with the one tip right away to get you going here, but let's get to know each other. So come into the chat and let me know why you are here. This is a live masterclass, so we can switch things up a little bit and I can answer some questions. So let me know what inspired you to show up today. Is it maybe the cravings for more of those Christmas cookies? Maybe it is just not feeling that energy anymore. Maybe you're feeling more pain in your body from the sugar and the gluten that you've been having. Let me know why you are here and what inspired. Yeah, to restart healthy habits, absolutely. To really come back into that. So a little bit about me. Again, if we haven't met, I'm Lori Campa. This is my family, my love Mark, and my two college-age daughters, Brooke and Shannon. And I teach yoga. I also do workshops like this virtually and in person. And I see clients also virtually just like this. But what I really want you to know is that I haven't always been a health coach. I've only been a health coach for the last 10 years. But I used to be addicted to junk food and my cravings completely controlled me. So I was having Pop-Tarts and Diet Coke in the morning for breakfast, having frozen pizza, and really making a homemade meal to me was tater tot hot dish, which came from cans and frozen items. But in 2012, I was in a life-changing bicycle accident. And after 2 years of trying to heal, not able to work, doing every kind of therapy, and the doctor said, you're as good as you're going to get. You're going to need to go on Social Security or long-term disability. I said, that's not going to work for me. And so I hired a health coach and we first started to work on my diet. And I couldn't believe how profound the healing was right away. So just changing my breakfast to that green smoothie, and then also adding in then starting to practice yoga and starting with reducing my stress and all these other things, I was able to then heal myself. And so I could not go back to my old corporate job. I knew I needed to go back to school to become a health coach because why didn't I know this? Why didn't anybody tell me this? And so now I've guided hundreds of women on their health journeys, witnessed incredible transformations, and know that you can achieve this too. So imagine what it would feel like to reach your health goals you've always wanted for yourself. If you would have told me 10, 15 years ago that you would not be smoking anymore, you would be drinking much less, and you'd be craving broccoli and Brussels sprouts, I would have laughed very hard as I took another puff. So if I can do it, you definitely can do it too. So it's not about doing something radical and hard. It's about you can have these major shifts in your life with simple changes. So for weight management, you don't need to count calories at all. And you can gain energy so you can feel your best every day. So many people just feel like crap every day that's the norm. And so I didn't even realize how great I could feel until I was really supported by nutrient-dense food. So you're going to feel amazing without tracking your food or the extra stress. So it's really all about feeling your best without the overwhelm as well. So all you need is just that right understanding of how to stop these unhealthy food cravings. And I'm going to continue to show you exactly how to figure that all out. So number one secret, we talked about adding more water into our diet, right? Really hydrating properly to crowd out those cravings. Well, tip number two is to combat cravings with movement. So you can boost your mood, you're going to reduce your cravings, and you're going to feel empowered with movement. So evidence suggests that following exercise, hormones are released that reduce our hunger and food intake. It also says that exercise boosts our mood, our self-esteem, and that's going to improve motivation to eat well as well. So come into the chat and let me know what is your favorite form of exercise. So in my picture here, it's one of my yoga classes that I've taught outside, but I love yoga. I also love to do hiking, especially if it's in the woods and if the sun was out, and it's a snowy day today, but if the sun was out, then you would also be able to, I'm seeing Lori, I think you have something going on. We have somebody, let me just check something here on one of the participants, because we have some drawing going on here. Just a minute. Okay. Okay, so Lori, just yes, somehow we got a little drawing here. But anyway, we have a lot of snow on the ground here, but if it was summer, I would be doing paddle boarding and anything that's outside. But yeah, I'm seeing cardio dancing, weights, and getting back to running, Pilates, walking, biking, group classes, yeah, yoga, walking outside, dancing, walking, running. Oh, line dancing. Oh, that sounds really fun. Absolutely. So what we want to do is to find something that really brings us joy, because sitting for prolonged periods of time has been called the new smoking. So due to health risks that we all knew in the 80s that smoking was bad for us, or I did, but I still did it. And it's the same thing. We know that sitting is not good for us, but we're doing it anyway. So we need to move more throughout the day. So cravings for sugar or alcohol are typical signals that you may need to get moving more. So if you're having those cravings, it might be like, ooh, am I moving enough throughout the day? So movements throughout the day absolutely matters. So even minor movements can help reduce cravings. So squeeze in those extra activities during your day. Rethink how you can move. So it's just a little bit different on maybe what you're already doing throughout the day. About every 90 minutes, we need a little break throughout the workday. And so how can you plan some movement to keep your brain active as well? So you want to incorporate physical activity into your daily routine. So choose movements you truly enjoy. Not only will your muscles thank you, but also just that regular activity is going to help to boost that circulation and just leave you feeling a lot more energized. So think about simple ways, right? So maybe for you, it's putting a reminder on your phone, on your computer every 90 minutes to get up to move. Maybe it's on your watch. Maybe you can take walking meetings at work, or choosing the stairs over the elevators. My favorite is my one song dance breaks. So putting on Journey, Don't Stop Believing, and just being active for like 3 minutes. You could take online exercise classes. Sometimes I'll take my computer and I put it on my treadmill, and I just put a board on it and I just walk on that slowly, or I put it in the kitchen on the counter, park in the farthest spot from where you need to go, and stretch before bed. So just little ways throughout the day. So jump into the comments with a big yes, Y-E-S, if you see how powerful it is to focus on movement throughout the day to crowd out your craving. So just let me know in the comments with a big yes if you're like, okay, that makes sense. You're crowding out with water already, right? And now we're also crowding out with movement. So let me know if this is making sense to you, that we're adding in so much. Yeah, I'm seeing, yeah, Emily, yes. Louise, yes, June, Levon, Sandy, Roseanne, Shar, absolutely, all a lot of yeses here. So number 3 is to understand why we crave sweets, and most importantly, how to stop those cravings. So, did you know that, or do you know what makes 70% of Americans sick and overweight? You could probably all guess because of the title of this. It's sugar. So, back in the 80s, they said, oh, it's all about this fat. We need to take the fat out of our products, and that's the healthy fat. But it's what happened then is it didn't taste good. So then they put sugar in it. So anytime you see something that says non-fat, make sure you look at it because that's a red flag. So American adults consume an average of 77 grams of sugar per day, and that's more than 3 times the recommended amount for women. So we're having sugar in toxic levels. Sugar is biologically addictive, so it is not your fault that you may be addicted to sugar. So over time, our tolerance for sweet and salty foods build up, and we need more to reward ourselves, right? So we know that if we have a little bit of sugar, if we have a little bit of that cookie, we go back and we eat another cookie, another one after that. So we're basically feeding our taste buds, and this creates this vicious cycle because your taste buds typically crave what we just fed them. And again, I can't believe that I crave broccoli now. And when I'm eating an apple, it tastes super sweet. And I used to just think an apple was an apple because I was so my taste buds were so dull because of all the sweet and salty food that I was eating. So the AHA sugar recommendations are that men shouldn't consume more than 9 teaspoons of sugar per day. So that's about 36 grams of sugar. And women, it's about 6 teaspoons a day. But if you just look at this like Fanta orange soda. This has 75 grams of sugar in that one bottle. That's almost 19 teaspoons of sugar just right there. So that's over double for what even men should have in a day in just one beverage. So you can see that sugar is everywhere. And sugar addiction is not an emotional eating disorder. Sugar and, of course, flour. It really hijacks our taste buds, our brain chemistry, our hormones, and our metabolism. So the good news is that it only takes 10 days to detox from sugar and take back your health. Yes, it really just takes 10 days. The minimum is 5 days, but when you go to 10 days, then you're also starting this new habit of eating whole foods and really can make a difference in your health. The key is to consume powerful addiction reversing foods that rewire and reset your brain and your body, a total body reboot. So again, adding in these really healthy types of foods that can reset the brain, reset the body. So when we can manage our cravings, so we're free to make our own choices, then we can really decide like, what are we going to eat? We can say that no, thank you to the donuts. I'm going to have an apple. And I do like to always say, am I hungry enough to eat an apple? And if I say yes, then have the apple with some almond butter, right? But if I'm like, no, I'm really not hungry enough to eat an apple and you just want the donut, then your cravings are probably from something else, maybe lack of water, movement, emotional, right? Stress, lots of different things. And this workshop could be about 8 hours, but we're really focusing today on actions that you can take. So again, making that decision to break the sugar habit. So limiting sugar. So maybe that's 85% or 75% dark chocolate. Maybe it's going from just having a little less sugar than what you normally have. Reading those food labels. So really looking at how much added sugar is in something. And if you see something that has sugar right away, we want to make sure that we just avoid that. Artificial sugars, this is just, they wreak havoc on the brain and they do a number on our cravings. So yes, there are 0 calories in Splenda and in a lot of these artificial sugars, but they do have something to do with our cravings. So what research says is people who drink Diet Coke, which I was a Diet Coke addict, then you actually gain weight because you are craving more sweet food. So these are some of my foods I use for my in-person workshops that all have the sneaky sugar. So when we read the labels, you can be like, why does pasta sauce and peanut butter have sugar in it? And my kids never noticed the difference when I would switch to pasta sauce, which you can just get at Aldi without any added sugar, right? So really looking to make those decisions. So taking control of your cravings and finding that freedom in what you eat is truly the secret to living a healthy life. And that's without willpower and that's without dieting. And I think that's what everybody wants is that you see some people and you're like, how did they do it? That they actually have that freedom because they are not physically addicted to the sugar at that time. And really, it's just about focusing on those whole foods. So, in secret number 4, we're going to really talk about how to heal your body and curb those cravings without having that dieting, that yo-yo dieting. So when it comes to staying healthy, one of the best things you can do is just to focus on whole foods, right? So when you're at the grocery store looking at those ingredients, when you look at broccoli or you look at green beans, the only ingredient is the green beans, right? There's not all this other stuff. So focusing on nutrient dense food to prevent cravings for unhealthy junk foods. So what happens is that we are not eating balanced food, or we look like it's like faux food. It looks like food, but it's really not. But think about every meal and snack having the healthy fat, so avocado, salmon, nuts, seeds, things like that, fiber and protein. So if you think about every snack, every meal having fat, fiber, and protein, you're going to feel full and you're going to just have that feeling of being satiated and a lot of everything that you need. So we want to avoid or limit those sweetened coffee drinks, candy, cookies, and most desserts because these cravings, again, they come from what we've recently eaten. So that's why so many people over the holidays gained between 5 to 8 pounds because we start eating the cookies, right? Around well, the candy starts at Halloween, and then we go into Thanksgiving, and then the whole month of December is all a sugar season, right? So it just continues that we want more and more and more. So just come into the chat and just let me know, how are your cravings after you indulge in a sugary dessert? So if you have a little bit, does it make you feel like you want more? Yeah, people are like thumbs up. Absolutely. Yes. So after one sip or bite, your body usually wants more. So when you can consistently keep your blood sugar levels within optimal range, you're going to have fewer cravings, more energy, and less body fat. So I'm sure most of you have been on that roller coaster ride. When the sugar comes up, you have a little bit of sugar, you get excited, right? You get a little energy, but because it's refined sugar, it takes a lot for your body to process it, and it's actually taking energy away. So then we crash down and then we need to have more sugar. So when we just focus on whole foods, we're just more on that even level with the blood sugar levels. And so we have more of that constant energy. So biology trumps willpower, okay? So when your body is depleted of energy, it's going to override your brain's desire to eat less. So willpower, it's not a strategy. And then again, it's not your fault. And it angers me that there's so many diets out there that they really go after women about that it's their fault. They're just not having the willpower, the motivation to do something. So again, reading those labels, if sugar's in the first 4 ingredients, maybe put it down. Looking at if there's artificial sugars or anything. But 70% of our sugar comes from the added sugar from processed foods. So we know, right? Like Skittles and different things has sugar in it. That's pretty obvious. But really looking at the bread, the salad dressing, the peanut butter, the pasta sauce. So focusing more on the produce section of the grocery stores, limiting the processed foods sold in packages, and just focusing on the real food. And you might be thinking, well, I eat a lot, but I'm always hungry. Well, it's probably because your body is starved for vitamins and minerals. And it's really sad that we have an issue in America with obesity, but we don't talk about that most people are malnourished. And we don't think about malnourishment and overweight together. But we're going to always be hungry because our body doesn't have what it needs. So when we can focus on adding just one or two servings of vegetables at each meal, again, this is going to help crowd out the cravings for unhealthy food just like that. So I know I keep talking about crowding out, right? We're crowding out your cravings with water. We're crowding out those cravings with movement. We're crowding out the cravings with vegetables, adding some more. And so you can have anything to eat. I always think like if you want pizza, go ahead, have it with a salad, right? Just add some vegetables to whatever you're eating because they're high in those vitamins and the minerals, and we can eat a lot of them without gaining weight. And so once you start adding these foods to your diet, your body will begin to naturally just crave them, which is pretty amazing. So jump into the comments with a big capital YES. If you can see how powerful it is just to focus on nutrient dense food to crowd out your cravings, just let me know, does this make sense to you that we're adding food in to help with reducing those cravings for the unhealthy foods? So adding the food in, yes, yes, yes. Lots of capital YES as well. Nice. So secret number 5, the last one, is how to set up an action plan that works for you. So again, we talked about it's one thing that we can read something, we can learn something. It's a whole nother thing to put into action. And in between that is usually a mountain from point A to point B. And there may be lots of peaks and valleys in between and lots of roundabouts. And so how to continue to move forward as you learn and as you grow to get to that other side where it's a actual just routine that you are consistent. So we want to have a plan for what you are going to eat and when you're going to move your body each day to keep you on track. And so for some clients, it's figuring out their plan every Sunday for the week, and they meal out plan and they prep stuff. For other people, it's the night before, thinking about what's the day going to look like, what are you going to be eating. And some days I look at my calendar and I'm like, okay, I can fit in a 30-minute yoga at home, and then I can fit in a 30-minute treadmill at this other time, right? Some days are crazy, so you have to sneak it in. And then other days, you're going to have a little bit more time to do something extra, to make a triple batch of soup, which I'm really glad I did a couple days ago because we have the cold all throughout our household. So we've been eating this chicken and veggie soup for a couple days. But when the decisions have already been made, it's easier to follow your plan. So when we are just left at the moment when we are hungry and we don't know what's for dinner, what's going to happen? We might call and have something ordered, we do something frozen. But when we have a decision already made, you're like, oh, I don't want to waste this food. I already got the food. This is what I'm going to make. You make a better decision. But you are always going to have days that are going to go off plan. Oh, we didn't know that there was the soccer pictures tonight. Oh, I didn't know that this was going to happen, right? Or like this in our house, everybody having colds, right? So nobody wants to cook. So think about last minute things. Where can you get a healthy, quick meal when you don't have a plan? And maybe this is a restaurant, maybe it's your grocery store. Maybe it's something from your freezer. That's what's happened the last couple of days. I just keep pulling out of the freezer. So back to when we first started, I said, okay, think about as I'm talking, right? To think about what's one little action that you can do today that you can start like right now in this moment, small thing. And maybe it's something you learned today about, oh, I'm going to really track my water, or I'm going to set reminders to move more often. Maybe it's going to be focusing on adding vegetables before your meals. Maybe it's going to be reading labels. What is something that you feel that you can say like, yeah, I can do this one small action. Maybe it's going to be doing that fun movement throughout the day, doing your little cardio dancing or doing a little 5-minute walking. So what is that one thing? And write it down somewhere so you can be accountable to yourself for that. So, and to help you move forward with your goals to achieve success, you may want to reach out for additional support. So, think about your personality. Are you someone that you're like, okay, I got it, I got my plan, and you're going to do it? Or do you need more support? And if you're like me, I always need extra support to actually get me to where I need to go. So at this point, I would like to ask you, would you like me to help you to stop those sugar cravings as quickly as possible? So would you want some help, some support so that you know exactly what to do and how to do it so that you can just bam, get those cravings tracked or off. So option one would be you could try to get healthy on your own, but sometimes, and I'm guilty of this too, so I say I could do this on my own. And then a year later, I'm like, oh, I'm in the same spot, or I'm even worse, right? Or option two, you can say, I'm just going to 100% commit, right? If not now, then when, right? To crowding out the cravings with a proven plan and with guidance by an expert. So if that's where you are, I would love to invite you to the Fresh Start Whole Foods group coaching program for women. So this is the once a year group coaching program that I put together. And if you are ready to feel amazing, this program is designed to help you feel better every day, lose weight naturally, boost your energy levels. And the best part is that it's just real delicious food. I pinky promise you will not gonna go hungry. There is no starving at all. Shelly says, I lost weight, I reset my taste buds, and my skin is healthier than ever. And her biggest surprise was that she actually enjoyed eating this way. She didn't even miss the junk food. That you'll be amazed at how strong you feel and how incredible life is once you quit sugar. Rebecca said, I lost 10 pounds, have less bloating, more energy, reduced joint pain, and she was surprised by how much better her body felt just after a few days. So at the end of this group coaching program, you'll learn how to clean up your diet with healthy, delicious food. And this is not a hard way to eat. This is made for beginners, so it includes whole grains, lean proteins, lots of veggies, and you're really going to be focusing on a way of eating that is sustainable and also satisfying. You're going to be kicking that sugar habit to regain control of your eating habits. You're going to reset your taste buds so unhealthy cravings are stopped in their tracks. And what I love is that the women feel empowered, right, to continue to eat healthy without ever feeling hungry and not feeling deprived. So you can discover the power of detoxification by boosting your weight loss naturally, increasing your energy levels, addressing any skin issues, and gaining mental clarity and focus. You'll also learn about you, right, your own food sensitivities. So discover how your body reacts during the reintroduction stage of the program, gain insights to make smarter food choices that support your unique body. So Karen said when she started the program, she could barely walk. She needed a cane or a wheelchair, and she was in so much pain. She felt she was at the end of her rope. But by day 4, she said everything changed. I could walk without a cane. My pain dropped from a 9 to a 3, and she already lost 3 pounds. By day 10, she felt like a completely new person. And at the end of the program, she lost 14 pounds. She says she's been searching for something like this for years and can't recommend it enough. She walked into her physical therapy appointment and they all went, what happened to you? And she said, I just changed my diet. That's all I did. And they just were amazed that she was a completely new person just in 10 days. So Sarah said the Whole Foods program made a huge impact on her life. It opened her eyes to healthier eating and helped her become more mindful about taking care of herself. The program is motivating, it's easy to follow, and the food is simple to prepare and tastes amazing. My energy increased and I lost 5 pounds. And the weight loss really depends on what you're eating now and how different it is from the program. So I've actually had people up into the 20-pound range, but typically it's going to be around the 10-pound range is what's average. So when you get into the program, you get the complete training program today as soon as you sign up. So it is a 7-module online system course. You get 80 recipes, and they're healthy recipes that taste great. You get lots of bonus guides, videos, journal tracker, and you get 4 complete weeks of support, a Facebook group that's just private, just for the women in the group, and then 5 live group coaching calls, and then 1 private session. And then you have a guided reintroduction to identify your food sensitivities. So you have a lot of support. So all of this together would value about $9.97, but that is not what you're going to be paying. So you can start this today for just $2.97. But if you sign up right now, I do have an early bird discount going on, so you can get it for $50 off. So this is only $247, which is a steal. And this is even less than what 2 private coaching sessions are with me for this entire system. So you can get started today with the early bird discount of $247, or it's $297 otherwise. So it's mindfulhealthwithlori.com and /program. So you can get that right away and to sign up. And I do have a money back guarantee. And the reason why I do this is because I feel so confident in this program that it is a risk-free guarantee that if you follow the protocols, if you do what I have laid out for you and you find that it doesn't happen for you, just send me an email within 14 days of signing up and I'll refund you the money. So there's absolutely no risk that if this doesn't work for you, I will give you your money back. So again, you can get everything right here. So when you go to the website, you can go right here. Just this is what it's going to look like. And again, you're going to go right into the online system. So you'll start with the welcome video and you'll have all the dates for the group coaching program and all the good stuff right here. You're also going to be in a Facebook group. So it's highly supportive, women only, and this is a non-judgmental space. So you can talk about anything, and I mean anything. Thumbs up right here. And then with our 5 small group live coaching calls, in the past, if you've done a group with me, I've always done 3 live coaching calls, and I added in 2 more. So we're going to have 5 group calls during that 4-week program. And then the individual one will be after the program is done. So it's really going to be more about the 6-week program, but it's to get your questions answered so you can always move forward with confidence, stay on track, right? Build accountability, and just have fun, right? Have fun with connection. You do not get lost in the crowd because I limit this program to 50 women. So the first 50 women that sign up get a spot in this annual program. So we're going to get to know each other and we're just going to have fun getting healthy together. So there are 3 phases of the program. So right when we go in the first week, we're going to talk about our intentions and the prep phase. So getting ready to do a 10-day whole foods cleanse. So adding in water, adding in vegetables. So there's a whole thing there. Then we're going to do the 10-day whole foods cleanse, which is just eating whole, nutrient-dense, delicious food. Then we're going to reintroduce the food one by one. So day 11, it's gluten. And then day 12 and 13, we go back to eating whole foods only. Then day 13, we go to dairy. And so you have a meal plan just for those days because we want to have you to put in dairy, for example, but you still don't have gluten or sugar. And so those are kind of hard recipes to find. So I've laid it all out for you so you know exactly what to do and when. So also here's another one, another participant. She said she lost weight, she slept better, less bloating, more focused. She no longer was craving sugar or salty snacks before bed. Plus, her digestion improved. Yeah, and she just said the group programs are always so much fun. It's just much easier to stay accountable, to learn more. She said my format made it easy to engage at her own pace while learning lessons along the way. And Kristen said she highly recommends the program. You actually get to eat. And she said she was never hungry and you get to reset your body with clean eating. And she just loved all the support and all the tools that were here. So here is your show up live bonus. And I'm going to put the links in the chat as well, but go to loricampa.biz/suite and you can download your free gift. So you can maybe do a screenshot of this and then do it afterwards. And you can download all of these like very yummy cookie recipes and chocolate cheese seed smoothies and all of that. So I just want to let you know that I am not extra special or anything. I have just found a proven roadmap that I follow in my own life and with my health coaching clients. And so if I can do it, you definitely can do it as well. And so this Whole Foods program has everything you need to be successful at quitting sugar and making a huge difference in your life and in your health. So you get all the materials that we talked about, the recipes, the handouts, the coaching calls, the virtual community, all the love and support. And again, that's just $297 for everything. If you do sign up now, it does secure your spot in the program and you can save $50. So coming into mindfulhealthwithlori.com/program. So don't wait to sign up so you can get that in there. So the early bird is going until January 16th. And I am going to be starting the Q&A soon. So if you have any questions, come into the chat and just put in your question there. And it can be questions about the program. It can be questions about habits, whatever you want to chat about today. So some of you might be thinking, okay, I want to do this, right? I want to gain the energy. I want to work on managing my weight, but, right? So here are some questions that I get quite often. So people want to know, what are the exact dates? Is it going to work within my schedule? So the whole coaching program is from January 18th to February 15th. So you get all of the support during that time. And this is this whole schedule, and that might look a little daunting right here. But I scheduled these 5 group calls at 5 different times. So most of you are not going to be able to attend all 5, and they're all recorded because I want you to be able to attend at least a few of them. And we're going to be starting the Whole Foods Cleanse on January 27th. And don't worry, you're going to get a lot of recipes for the Super Bowl and some other fun things. So we have sweet potato boats and lots of fun food that you can make. Nobody will even know what's going on. So what are the Whole Foods Cleanse guidelines? What am I going to be signing up for? So you will going to be focusing on just whole foods, vegetables, fruits for desserts, whole grains, proteins, healthy fats, lots of water, detoxifying tea. So we're going to be avoiding the biggest culprit foods that are inflammatory. So processed foods. We know that sugar is inflammatory for everybody, but then there's also these ones that are inflammatory to many bodies. So seeing how it is for your unique body, dairy, gluten, corn, white potatoes, and then just to ease our digestion, to give it a break, no red meat, pork, or alcohol. But it really comes down to as easy as this. It's drinking lots of water. Have you been more conscious about moving throughout the day? Were you more mindful about my eating habits? Did I practice gratitude today? Did I stick to the meal guidelines and did I go to bed early? And so a lot of people just put the checklist on their fridge and every day, like, yeah, okay, yeah, this is what I'm doing, these 6 things every single day. It's like a little self mini retreat for yourself. So some people say, okay, I work full time, I have kids at home, I'm really busy. Will this program work for me? Absolutely. I wrote it for people just like you because that's who I was. So the program is quick and it's easy, but it will make a difference. You do not need to do juice cleanses to just lose weight and then you're going to gain it right back. This is about really connecting to why you want to eat nutrient dense food and then continuing at the end. Maybe a lot of people will do like an 80-20 where it's 80% healthy nutrient dense food and then 20% not. And that's what I do. I do about 80-90% healthy. 10 to 20% of the time, it's the chips, it's going to be a glass of wine. But many families have eaten the food from the cleanse, so don't worry. You can cook once for everybody, and there are a lot of done-for-you materials to make this program as easy as possible for you. So Burdette said, I joined because I wasn't feeling well and my eating was off track. The program was easier than I expected, and I love the recipes, the journaling, the Facebook group, and the bonus materials. By the end, I felt better, I slept better, and I had less bloating. I highly recommend this program. So again, you can get started today for just $247, which is a steal. So if you have any questions, you can post them in the chat. And if you think about some questions afterwards, feel free to just message me. Let me know, like, hey, Lori, I was on your masterclass. This is my question for you. And so if you go to my website, and you can see the website above. You can also just go to contact me, to the resources, anything like that to get my information. And I'm happy to let you know of some of the other questions that may have come up. But otherwise, thank you so much for joining me this Sunday. I really appreciated you being here today. And I look forward to seeing you soon. I hope to see you in the program. Take care. Bye-bye.